If you could, that's okay. There's a square microphone up there. If you could put that somewhere on you, it's for the court reporter to hear. All right, and you can raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up so that everyone can hear. And then if you will remember not to talk over anyone.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm just saying that because that has happened before. I know sometimes we get into a mode where it's all conversational and we complete sentences. So let's not do that here so that the court reporter can take everything down.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if you'll state your name and spell it, please.
My name is Miosha Evans. It's Miosha. Last name Evans, Evans.
All right, defense.
Myosha, how are you this morning?
I'm well.
You've been here every single day.
Yes, ma'am.
How's that affected you?
It's stressful.
Objection, Your Honor, 403,
I'm sorry,
and relevance.
sustained.
Let's talk about the incident in question. Were you present?
Yes.
Why did you tell the jury what happened that night?
So, earlier that day, maybe a couple hours, 2-3 hours before, there was a movie that was coming out called The Woman King. I knew that my daughter Zanani wanted to go see it. And we were kind of all excited about the movie. So, Duran, said, hey, why don't we go ahead and, invite them out, get some tickets and go see the movie. So, we went out to pick them up from Zanani's house and got to the movies.
When you said you went to go pick them up at Zanani's house, who were you going to pick up?
Zanani and my mother, Barbara.
Miss Barbara. Okay, was Miss Barbara living with Zanani?
Yes.
Okay, so you go to pick her up. Was there any particular reason why you decided, other than you guys wanted to see the movie, that you wanted to go and treat Zanani to this movie?
She had been having a lot of health issues. Both of my daughters were born with a polycystic kidney disease, so they were both in. Well, one of them had a transplant.
Which one was that?
Zenzali. And Zanani had not. So she was in end-stage renal failure. She had gotten a shunt. She was just having a lot of emotional things, so we were just trying to kind of uplift her mood.
Okay, so you go to pick was it you and Duran went to go pick up Miss Barbara and Zanani?
Yes.
So you go to pick both of the ladies up. Then what happened?
We go to pick them up. We kind of were like trying to make it a surprise. But Zanani kept interjecting, like, I know what we're going to see. And so, it was kind of like that. We get there, everything's good. We go into the theater, watch the movie. She got a little excited, so she was like jumping up because, it's these Amazon women that are fighting these soldiers or whoever they slavers off or whatever, right? So I think in the process, she dropped the phone.
Okay. So she's y'all are in the movie theater when she dropped her phone.
Correct.
Okay, so then the movie's over and you're going back to where?
We're going back to the car.
Okay. So what kind of car were you driving?
At the time I had a blue Lexus 350 ES.
Okay, so that's a pretty large suburban
It is.
type vehicle. Okay, it's a 4-door.
Yes.
It was not a Hyundai.
No.
It was a Lexus a large sedan. Excuse me, not suburban, but a sedan, a large sedan.
Correct.
Style car. All right. So if Zanani said that it was a small compact
No,
vehicle, Hyundai, would that be a true statement or a false statement?
that would be false.
Okay. So you all are in the large Lexus and you're getting into the vehicle. Where do you sit?
I'm sitting in the front seat, passenger side.
And where is Duran?
He's driving.
And then where's Miss Barbara?
She's sitting directly behind Duran, the driver's side.
And where is Zanani?
She's sitting directly behind me on the passenger side.
Okay. Now, in the back seat, about how many normal sized individuals could sit in that back seat?
Three, it would be three could fit with a lot of space.
In between? It's comfortable.
It's comfortable.
So, you all get in the vehicle, you're sitting in the passengers, and Annie's sitting behind you, Miss Barbara's sitting behind Duran, who's driving, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So you get in the car, what happens next?
So we get in the car, we drive off. We are probably, I don't know, halfway to Zanani's house. We're taking him home. When she realizes that her phone is missing.
Okay, so then what happens?
So then she, I guess in her panic, she says, you need to turn around and go get my phone. So we turned around, went back to the movie theater.
Okay, but let's talk about that turnaround. When the car got turned around, did Evan just do a quick U-turn like a crazy man, or how did that occur?
No, I think that the tone in Zanani's voice was very, I would say aggressive, right? Like I lost my phone, I'm panicking, turn the car around and leave, right? But it was just a regular, like, okay, and he turned the car around. I do think that, of course, because she's panicking about the phone, he's trying to get back to the movie theater because she's worried that somebody is going to or has taken her phone.
Now, when she's panicking in the back seat, does Duran match that level of aggression or dire emergency? I mean, is he getting as agitated as she is?
Not really, no.
How's he acting?
He just turned the car around. He didn't say anything. He just turned the car around and we headed back towards the movie theater.
So he didn't engage her saying, calm down or shut the F up or in any way aggressive towards her verbally at that point.
Objection to leading, Your Honor.
Sustained.
So then we get to, he's turned the vehicle around. Then what happens?
We get to the movie theater. We park outside on the, at the entrance, basically. So we parked the car in front of the entrance. Zanani went back into the movie theater.
When she's getting out of the vehicle, from the time that she realizes that her phone is missing, is her agitation increasing, decreasing, staying the same? How would you describe it?
So there was, Zanani is, the best way I can say it is she's hard to pin down because she's always, like her level is always like this. So, it's hard because everybody walks on eggshells. So it's like you get a little bit, you kind of back off, like, so her personality spikes, right? So even when you think that she's just being like normal about how she's trying, like I say, she's panicked, but her panic is aggressive, right? So her mood was shifting in just knowing that her phone was going. So that level of inconsistency in her behavior was starting to peak.
And you all have had experience with that type of behavior from her throughout her life, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you all know how to react to diffuse or to not aggravate her any further.
Yeah, everybody walks on eggshells around Zanani.
So then y'all pull up in front of the movie theater and Zanani gets out of the car and she's in an aggravated or emotional state. What do you, Miss Barbara, and Duran do at that point?
We all stayed in the car because we're thinking, okay, she's gonna go in, she's gonna get her phone, and she's gonna come out.
How long was she in there before Duran did anything?
I don't know for sure.
What was your best memory?
Objection to speculation, Your Honor.
Overruled.
What was your best memory?
I would say maybe a good 7, 8 minutes, maybe 10 at the most. Long enough for us to like start to worry what was taking so long.
Now, when you say worry about what was taking so long, what was causing you to worry?
Just that maybe she couldn't find it. Maybe, something did happen to the phone,
Do you have any concerns about her emotional state and maybe escalating inside with strangers at all?
at that moment, no.
Did you ever have a moment where that was a concern for you?
Not until Duran went inside. He's like, let me go inside and see what's going on because it had taken so long. And
So it
when
was concern for her that precipitated that discussion amongst you guys that, hey, maybe somebody should go inside?
it's not unusual for her to have outbursts with people, right? It's not unusual. It's something that we've dealt with. It's not easy. I say having twins who have mental health conditions. One of my twins is just diagnosed with bipolar disorder. I've had another, and I've had to try to talk with Zanani, about her behavior, because it is so unpredictable and inconsistent. And I've tried to like talk to her about seeing someone, which is where a therapist came in. I just thought that she would look for more, because I can't do it for her, right? I can't take her to get her diagnosed, right? So I thought she would pick someone who was more on the psychiatric end, but she picked a talk therapist. And I think because she tends to find ways to find people who will take her side, she got a therapist who
Sustained.
Just,
Narrative and speculation.
okay, so you, Evan, Duran goes inside because we're kind of concerned about, hey, it's taking kind of long, what's going on in there? Is she causing a ruckus? Is it gonna get worse, escalate? So he goes inside. When he goes inside, is he aggravated when he's walking in, or is he just like, hey, I'm kind of concerned? Or how would you describe his demeanor as he's getting out of the vehicle and going into the movie theater to look for Zanani?
it was more just helpful concern. He just wanted to make sure that she found the phone.
Okay. So then he goes inside and they're in there for a while. Now you don't go inside, correct?
I never went inside, no.
Okay. So they're in there for about how long?
Objection, speculation, Your Honor.
Overruled.
About how long were they both inside the movie theater at that point? If you can remember.
I don't really remember too much, but I would say maybe a good 10 minutes or so.
Okay. So approximately 20 minutes is expired from the time that y'all pull back up in front of the movie theater until whatever happens and they both come out of the movie theater.
I would say, I guess that's a good guess. I'm not sure how much time had passed. But
Okay, so when they're coming out of the theater, what do you notice with respect to Zanani? How is she acting at this point?
well, at this point, she's cursing and she's fussing.
Okay,
So
when she's cursing, we weren't there. And, my mom used to say that B-U-T-T was a curse word. Other people think the F word is a curse word. So let's put this in context for the jury. What type of curse words, and we're all grown up, so you can say it if you know what she was saying. What was Zanani acting? What was she saying when she was coming out?
Objection, it calls for hearsay, Your Honor.
Sustained.
What was she using words that were more than B-U-T-T?
yes,
Objection, hearsay, Your Honor.
Sustained.
When she's coming out and she's cursing, what is Duran doing?
he was just walking alongside her. I asked the question, what happened?
Who did you
What
ask
wrong?
that to?
I asked Nani.
Okay,
Mhm.
and don't tell me what she said, but what was her demeanor, her reaction?
I don't understand.
In other words, don't tell me when you asked her, hey, what was going on, what was taking so long or whatever. You saw she was in an agitated state, correct?
Mhm.
So based on that agitated and the words that she was using, what was her demeanor? Was she calmed down? Was she more excited? Was she more aggravated? The fact that you asked her that question, was your question calming her down? how was she reacting to your questions?
She was definitely more aggravated.
And what was Duran doing at that point?
Again, he was just walking with her. After I asked what was wrong, he started to try to explain what had happened in the theater.
Okay, and then again, don't tell me what either Duran or Zanani said, but when you asked Duran what had happened in the theater, how did Zanani react? And by her demeanor, what was her demeanor when you asked that question of Duran?
Objection to asked and answered, Your Honor.
Overruled.
What was her demeanor like when you asked that of Duran?
She was irate. She was she started to curse at Duran because he was retelling the story to me, and she was telling him to basically,
Please. Objection to hearsay.
Don't
Your
tell me
Honor.
what she said.
Sustained.
okay,
But she
Right,
was
so when an objection is made, I'll respond to the objection. All right, you may ask your next question.
so based on she was getting more irate. Then what happens? Did they both get into the vehicle?
yes,
Where does Duran get in?
he is in the driver's seat
And where does Zanani get in?
behind me in the passenger seat.
Okay, so she gets behind you in the passenger seat. At any time, did Zanani ever move over towards Miss Barbara's side of the car?
No,
Where did she stay at the entire time that this conversation, for want of a better term, where was she located at?
behind me in the passenger seat.
Okay, did you turn around and looking over the headrest or the arm, the back of your car to listen to her, or what were you doing?
No, I was just in the front seat. My visor was down so I could see her face, so in the mirror part, but no, I didn't lean over or turn backwards, but she was behind me.
And was her frustration level getting greater or lower?
It was definitely getting greater.
Okay. And what was Duran doing at that point?
So as we were getting in the car, he was pulling off. He was driving off away from the curve or the front of the movie.
So he's driving. His hands are on the steering wheel.
Correct.
Okay. And what is the nanny doing?
She's cursing, still in the car, cursing, telling Duran
The
to.
hearsay,
Don't tell
Your
me
Honor.
what
I'm
she
sorry.
said.
Sustained.
This person.
All right, so everyone, when an objection is made, I will make a ruling. Don't talk over each other. Does everyone understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If the state's objection is sustained, you're not allowed to say what other people said unless, that's fine. There are some exceptions to that rule. And if they are, they'll let me know. But once somebody makes an objection, just stop speaking because I need to rule on that objection. All right, thank you.
So you all get back in the car and you're pulling out. You're pulling away from the movie theater. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Are you still in the parking lot though at this point?
Correct.
Okay. And Zanani is doing what?
Cursing at Duran.
Okay. And what is Duran doing?
Duran is still driving, so we get to about halfway through the parking lot. And I kind of have to say what she said
No,
in order
don't
for
tell me
it
what you
to.
said. Just give me a description of her demeanor, her body. Was she acting aggressively? Was her voice getting higher or lower?
She was aggressively cursing in the car.
Was the tone of her voice going higher or lower?
It was high,
So yelling.
yelling.
And what is Duran doing?
He at one point told her to stop yelling.
Okay. And how did she react to that? Don't tell me what she said, but how did she react to it?
She got angrier.
Okay. And then at that point, what did Duran do, if anything?
He pointed, so he's hand on the wheel, and he says, I can't read, I guess, say what he said word for word, but he points and basically is like, stop.
Okay. And does she stop?
No,
Okay. So then at that point, did you ever at any time see Duran make any physical contact with Zanani?
she slapped his hand. When he pointed, she slapped his hand.
So the contact was made because she slapped his hand, not because he touched her with his finger.
She was the aggressor.
So then when she slaps his hand, his finger away, because he's telling her, shut up, be quiet, enough.
Objection to counsel testifying, Your Honor.
Sustained.
when he's pointing at her and she slaps his hand, what does he then do?
So he gets out of the car. So he, can I say what I say?
Yeah.
I say, hey, let's stop arguing. He puts the car in park, gets out of the car, and she gets out of the back seat, and she says, "You don't put your hand in."
Hearsay, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Don't tell me what she said. She gets out of the car.
She gets out of the car. She stands over the car and points.
Is she still by the back of the car on her side of the vehicle?
Yes.
And does Durant ever go into the back of the vehicle towards her?
No.
Where does he go?
He walks away.
So he's just walking away.
Yeah.
And she gets out of the vehicle and is still saying something aggressively towards him?
Correct.
Okay. And what does he do?
He tells her blah blah blah. I guess I can't say that. And then he just walks home.
So you never saw him at any time make any physical contact with Zanani.
Objection to leading, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Did you ever see him do anything to Zanani?
No.
Did you ever see him be in any close proximity to her where he did anything with his hands towards her?
No.
Did you ever see him do anything with his hands around her neck?
No.
Was in the way that the car is set up, would it have been physically possible for him as he's driving with one hand on the steering wheel to reach over and grab her by the neck?
Objection to
No.
speculation, Your Honor.
Overruled.
I'm sorry, what was your answer?
No.
What is Zanani's reputation for being truthful or untruthful?
She has a tendency to lie.
And when she gets caught in a lie, what is her go-to response, if you know?
She will not take accountability. So anything that she can play, she might I can't think of the maybe gaslight, or she has a tendency just not to take responsibility.
Are her memories of shared family experiences when they does she have a tendency or a history of misremembering certain circumstances that everybody else in the family remembers one way and she remembers it a different way?
Absolutely.
And is this a history that she has?
Yes.
And in those circumstances that she has a different memory than everybody else, how does she portray herself in that situation? What's her role in the situation?
I would call it a victim mindset. She's always the one that she'll say that no one loves her or treat her the same, or people don't like it's I for lack of a better word, I just say it's a victim mindset. But again, I understand that as being a part of the mental health issues that she has.
Like this had actually happened, would you want someone to be held accountable?
I would.
In this particular situation, is the nanny's rendition, her story of what happened, is it what you remembered happening because you were there?
No, it's not. It's very much embellished.
And she has a history of doing that?
She does.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
State.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, Miss Evans.
Good morning.
Do you prefer to go by Miss Evans or Miss Jefferson?
Miss Evans.
Okay, I will call you Miss Evans, and I apologize ahead of time if I messed that up, okay? My name is Rick Pena. I'm a prosecutor with the state of Texas. I'm going to ask you a few questions. If at any point in time, if you don't understand my question, if it's too confusing, please just let me know. I'll do my best to rephrase it.
Mhm.
Additionally, I will do my best to allow you to finish answering your question before I ask you Another question, so that we're not talking over each other for the court reporter's sake, okay?
Excuse me.
I don't hear well.
All right, so you need to speak in the microphone.
Okay, my apologies. I think I had accidentally turned it off. Okay, Ms. Evans, can you hear me better now?
I can hear you.
Thank you, ma'am. So you are Zanani's mother, correct?
I am.
Okay. And Miss Barbara Jefferson is your mother, correct? Okay. So it's fair to say that you've known both of those people your entire life?
Correct.
Okay. Has Zanani ever lived with you?
She has.
Okay. Has Miss Barbara Jefferson ever lived with you?
She has.
Will we approach, Your Honor?
Yes. State you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay, at one point in time, was Zanani living with you?
Yes.
I mean, but when was she living with you? Excuse me.
So, I mean, we moved here in 2013. We came here together.
Okay, let's break that down if you don't mind. Maybe it'll help you answer the question. So you moved here. Where did you move here from, please?
Georgia.
Georgia. Okay, you said that was in 2013.
Correct.
Did Zanani come with you at that time?
She did.
When you moved here, I'm assuming you guys found a house, right?
Correct.
And did Zanani live with you in that house?
Yes.
And how long did she live with you in that house?
I don't know the exact date. I want to say she moved out maybe in 2000 and.
I guess let me ask you
I
a
don't
different
remember.
question. Was it a short time that she lived with you, or did she live with you for an extended period of time? Like, was it days or years, I guess you could say?
It would be over a couple of years.
Over a couple of years, okay. Now, when you guys moved from Georgia, you mentioned, did your mother come with you too?
No,
Okay, when did your mother come to Texas, Miss Barbara Jefferson?
she had come to Texas, I don't know, maybe a year or two before.
Before, okay, so your mother was already living here in Texas before you guys moved from Georgia?
Correct.
Okay. When you guys moved to that first house here in Texas, was your mother living with you too?
No,
Okay. At what point in time after you moved to Texas did your mother come to live with you?
Object the volatility of that.
Overruled.
I'm trying to think of the time, the date. It might have been in 2019.
And I don't want you to guess. If you don't know the dates, that's perfectly fine. But what I'm getting at is at some point your mother came to live with you all?
For a couple months, like maybe 2-3 months, yes.
Okay, so it was a brief time.
Correct.
Okay. Was Zanani in that house as well while your mother was living with you?
No,
Okay, so Zanani had moved out at that point?
correct.
Okay, so at that point, who's in the house then after Zanani moves out?
Who was in the house?
Who was-
Myself,
Yes,
my mom, and Durant.
and Duran. Okay, so it was the three of you.
Correct.
Before your mother moved in, would it have been you, Mr. Duran, and Zanani?
Correct.
Okay, so there was never any point when all four were living together?
No.
Okay, thank you, just so I understand. Okay, let's talk about then this incident that we're here for. You'd mentioned that you wanted to surprise Zanani because of the, I guess, condition that she was in, what she was going through at that time, right?
Correct.
What is it, your idea, or was it like Duran's idea for this surprise to take place?
It was Durant's, mostly Durant's
Okay,
idea.
so he's the one who thought this up, and I guess you agreed with it?
I'm sorry.
So he's the one who thought up of the idea and you agreed with it?
I guess, I mean, both of us, I mean, to some extent, it was both of us, yeah.
Okay, that's fine, but you guys want to do something nice for her, right?
Correct.
All right, so do you call her ahead of time and say we're gonna come pick you up, or you just show up at her place?
We called.
You called, okay. So at that point then it became like an arranged outing, correct?
Correct.
All right. And then you and Duran go to pick up Zanani, correct?
Correct.
And
Zanani and my mom.
Zanani and mom, right, correct. So is your mother living with Zanani?
Correct.
How long has your mother lived with Zanani?
I guess it would be since around 2019.
All right, state you may proceed.
Thank you. Ms. Evans, I have a very specific question for you that should lead to either just a yes or a no response, okay? It should not require you to expand upon that answer, okay? So please keep that in mind when you are about to answer the question that I'm going to ask of you, okay? Now, as I mentioned, you testified earlier that your mother was not living with you at that point, correct?
Correct.
Was that as a result of any issues that were in place between your mother and Mr. Duran Evans?
Yes.
Thank you. That's all I have to ask about that particular point. Okay, anyway, getting back to this situation, you guys go and drive to pick up Zanani and your mother, correct?
Correct.
Who is driving?
Duran.
What kind of vehicle are you driving?
Lexus 350 ES.
350, okay. I'm a little bit unfamiliar with those types of vehicles. Can you explain to me, would you describe it as like a truck, a car, or an SUV?
It's a sedan. However, if you were inside of it, it's like a cab, like it's roomy as if you were in like a F4, what do you call it, 150 or something, like it's pretty spacious.
Okay, so it's got a spacious cab, but it's still a car?
It is.
Okay. Who owns that vehicle? Do you own that vehicle, or does Duran own that vehicle?
We both own it.
You both, so you both own the title?
Yes.
Are there any other vehicles that you and Duran own?
Yes.
What other vehicles are those?
We own I don't know what year it is, 2022, I think it is, a Hyundai.
Hyundai? Okay, is that vehicle a car, a truck, or an SUV?
It's a car.
Is that vehicle bigger or smaller than your Lexus?
It sits smaller, but I wouldn't say it was smaller, like lengthwise, they're fairly equal.
Okay, so outside size-wise, they're about the same, correct?
Correct.
How would you describe the cab of that Hyundai versus the cab of that Lexus?
I would say that leg-wise, it's about the same, but it's narrower. So like, if three people were sitting in the back, they might be touching each other a little bit, but
Okay, so would you describe the Lexus to have more cab space than that Hyundai?
I would say width-wise, yes. Length-wise, no.
Okay, width-wise. Okay, I understand. Is there a reason why you took the Lexus as opposed to the Hyundai to go pick up Zanani and your mom?
So we always drive the Lexus when we're doing like an outing or whatnot, because one, it's just more comfortable, and if we're gonna have people in the car, it's just comfortable. But the Hyundai Duran tends to do like yard work and stuff, so sometimes he'll put like the weed cutters, or like you know, like the gasoline cans or whatever, so it's not as clean or as, you know, comfortable.
Okay, I understand. So that would be, I guess, more like the work car, and the other one's like your
Correct.
going out car? Okay, I understand. Okay, so how far away do you and Duran live from Zanani and your mom?
I guess it's maybe 6 minutes.
Okay, so relatively close?
Correct.
Okay. And what happens when you arrive at the house of your daughter and your mom?
We just let them know we're outside. They came out, they got in the car. We never went inside or anything like that.
At that point in time, how would you describe your daughter's mood?
She was fine. She was excited.
How would you
She
describe? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. She didn't know what movie we were actually going to see. She had an idea that we were going, so she kept trying to guess the movie.
So she was trying to ruin the surprise?
Right.
Okay, I understand. How would you describe your mother's demeanor at that point in time?
She was calm, quiet.
Okay. All right, so you call that you guys are outside and then Zanani and your mother come out?
Correct,
Okay, and then I guess you, at that point, they get in the car and you guys take off to the theater.
correct.
How far away is the theater from Zanani and your mom's house?
Uh, I don't know, I guess, less than 10 minutes still, yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like your house, Zanani and your mom's house, and then the movie theater all kind of in the same area?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So how would you describe the demeanor of everybody that's in the car while en route to the theater?
Everybody was fine. It was fine. Everybody was talking about whatever and it was fine.
Okay, was Zanani able to guess the movie that you guys were gonna go see?
She kept saying it was the woman. I know it's the woman king. I know, you know,
All right, so at some point she figures that out then.
yeah.
All right, did that like hurt you all's feelings in any way, or did you just kind of expect that she would eventually guess?
I mean, yeah, it wasn't like any big deal. It was just, you know, we're just going to see a movie. Like it's just trying to enjoy the night. That was it.
I understand. All right, okay, so eventually you guys get to the movie theater, right?
Mhm.
And then you guys go inside the theater to watch this movie, correct?
Correct.
Where do you guys sit in the movie theater? Do you sit like closer to the movie screen, or do you sit in the middle or further
We
to the back?
typically tend to sit all the way at the back most of the time.
And why is that?
It's like the back room.
Okay, you like the back row, I guess it's just more preferable for you.
Yes.
Okay. How is the seating arrangement there inside the movie theater? Where are you sitting?
We were about halfway, directly like in alignment with the screen. Duran sat on my left side. Zanani was on my right side and my mom was on the other side of Zanani.
Okay, so if I'm walking into the L, I'd run into Duran first, then you, then Zanani,
You
then
would
your
run
mom.
into my mom first,
Okay, I
Zanani,
get it.
myself, and then Duran.
Okay, so yeah, okay, I understand. So Duran's sitting next to Zanani?
No,
Duran's sitting next to you, or my
Correct.
fault, my apologies. Okay. And then you guys watch the movie, right?
correct.
What's everybody's demeanor like while the movie's going on?
It was a good movie.
Okay, so everybody's just enjoying the
Everybody's
movie?
just enjoying the movie.
Okay. What happens after the movie's over?
We walked out. We walked out and got in the car and drove off.
Okay, on the way out from the theater to the car, did you happen to run into anybody that you know or recognize?
No,
You ever have an interaction with anybody?
no,
Okay. So then the four of you get to the car and drive off, like you said, right?
correct.
I forgot to ask, my apologies, let's go back a little bit. First, on the drive from Zanani and your mom's house to the theater, who's driving the vehicle, please?
Duran,
And where are you?
driver, passenger side.
Okay, and what about Zanani? Where is she in the car?
She's behind me,
And then your mom?
behind Duran.
Okay, now that, what you just described, is that the same as it was after the movie was over when you guys were trying to go back, or did people switch seats?
No, it's the same.
Same, okay. So everybody's in the same spot, and you guys are trying to go back home after the movie's over, correct?
Correct.
And then you described earlier that on the way home, Zanani realizes that she left her phone.
Correct.
Does she just blurt that out, or does she say, oops, you know, I might have just left my phone?
No, she blurted it out.
She blurted it out, okay. And you described that as being in kind of like a hostile way?
It was a little aggressive.
Okay.
I don't think it was aggressive towards anyone, but it was aggressive, like, it was more of a command than it was, an ask.
Command, okay, so she kind of said it with some authority then, right?
Correct.
Okay. What would your reaction have been had you forgotten your phone at the theater?
It would have been probably a panic. I would have been like, oh, I left my phone.
Right, because losing your phone, that's a situation that can probably make anybody panic, right?
Yeah,
Especially in our society today where everybody lives with their phone, right?
correct.
Okay. So it wouldn't be unreasonable then for Zanani to kind of panic when she realized that she had forgotten her phone, correct?
Correct.
Okay. But she did say it within a, with authority. And then you testified that because of that authoritarian way of saying it, Duran just turns the vehicle around, correct?
Correct.
So would that be like he's traveling and he just automatically U-turns, or does he wait to get to a light, pull into a parking lot, turn around, then go back the other way?
Um, I don't know. I mean, we turned around.
I guess what I'm getting at is, did he stop in the same course of travel and turn around, or did he find somewhere to pull into to safely turn around and then go back?
Okay, so it was a safe turn. It wasn't like somebody just threw us all the way around the road. No, he turned around.
Turn around. Were there any cars around you that you recall, if any?
I don't remember. We were on the road, so I would assume there were some cars around, but if it wasn't like a heavy traffic, it was leaning more towards night. So
Okay.
I think,
Do you recall maybe hearing any cars honk at you because of this turn?
no,
Did you in any way feel unsafe because of this turn?
no,
Okay. But he does turn around and you guys go back to the theater.
correct,
All right. And then when you get to the theater, you testified that you pull up to the front entrance, right?
correct.
Okay. Now that's not really like a parking area, so I assume that maybe he had like his safety blinkers on, or did he not?
I don't know.
Okay, but he parks right there, and then you said Zanani gets out and goes into the theater, correct?
Correct,
And the three of you remain in the car.
correct.
All right. What's the mood of the three of you while you're waiting in the car?
It was calm. It was just calm. We were just waiting and,
Was anybody annoyed that you had to go and make this, unplanned trip back to the theater?
no,
Okay. All right, so then Zanani goes in, and then you testified that after some time, whether it be, 7, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, you all get concerned that she's taken, I guess, too much time in y'all's opinion to find the phone, correct?
correct.
All right. And then because of that, you said Duran just takes it upon himself to go into the theater, right?
Right.
Why did you not want to go into the theater instead?
It was no reason to. I mean, it wasn't like it was no reason to. He was like, I'm gonna go check to see if I can help. And he did, and that's his personality. Like if he can help out, he's just helping, right? So he's like, let me go see if I can help. And
Okay.
it was just
All right,
it was
so-
just no big deal. It was like, let me go see if I can help get the
Well, I understand. So he just volunteers and he goes in, right?
correct,
All right, and then you and your mother stay in the car.
correct.
All right, so at this point, you don't know what's going on inside the theater, correct?
I do not.
You don't know if he's being hostile towards Zanani or Zanani's being hostile toward him, correct?
It's unlikely that he would be hostile towards the nun.
Correct. You think it's unlikely, but you just don't know for sure, correct?
It never crossed my mind, so I couldn't answer that because I would not think that he would be hostile toward her because it just is not a reality for her. It just not.
Okay, because yeah, because you
I would not
testified,
think that, right?
I understand, because you testified that in your opinion, he's got cool, calm, collected demeanor, correct?
Mhm.
So because of that, you feel it would be unlikely that he would be aggressive toward anyone, especially Zanani, right?
Well, I'm just saying that there was no, correct, yes, but also there would be no reason for me to think that.
Right. Have there ever been times though where he has been hostile toward either Zanani or anyone in your family, friends, whomever?
No.
Okay. So Duran's never ever lost his temper once?
Had he lost his temper, I think.
Check the approach.
No, the objection will be sustained. Improper question.
Duran's a human being like everybody else, correct?
Yeah,
Capable of all kinds of emotions, correct?
correct,
He can get angry, right?
correct,
He can get sad.
correct,
He can get happy.
correct.
Okay. Have you ever seen him be angry.
Your Honor, check.
Sustain improper could I have parties approach?
Unlikely doesn't mean impossible though, correct?
I don't know how to answer that question.
Those words are not synonyms of each other, right?
Yeah, but the way that you are phrasing it is
Well-
a bit tricky.
Okay, so it's unlikely that I'm going to win the lottery today, but I possibly could win the lottery today, correct?
Your Honor, object is being facetious, just.
Overruled.
You may answer the question.
Can you restate the question?
It's even if something is unlikely, it could still be possible.
All right.
Thank you. So again, you don't know what's going on, and then you see them coming out of the movie theater, correct?
Correct.
How long have you been married to Duran?
It'll be 11 years next month.
Okay, 11 years married. Had you known him prior to your marriage?
Have I known him prior to my marriage?
Correct.
Yes.
How long did you know Duran prior to you guys getting married?
We were married in, we met in 2014, married in 2015.
Okay, so you knew him for a year and then you married him. How long before you guys moved in together?
It was after we got married, so
Okay. So it'd be fair to say that for the 11 years of your marriage, you guys have lived together, correct?
say it again.
Would it be fair to say that throughout your 11-year marriage, during those 11 years, you guys have lived together, correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And at one point during the course of those 11 years, as you testified earlier, Zanani had come to live with you and Duran, correct?
Correct.
Okay, at any point in time, while,
Can I correct you? She didn't come to live with me. She was living with me.
okay, so how did she come about then living with you and Duran?
So me and Zanani moved here together along with my other two children. So she had always lived with me.
Okay, I understand. So then Duran is the one who kind of came in after.
Yes.
I understand. Okay, so, right, so Duran, you and Zanani had lived together at some point, like you testified earlier, correct?
Correct.
During the time that the three of you were living together, were there ever any clashes between Duran and Zanani?
I can say that Zanani has never liked Duran.
And why do you say that?
I say that because when you are married at 45, I was married at 45 years old. I was a single mother up until 45. So when you have a tight relationship with just you and your children, and then this other person comes in, then it was, I believe, a threat to Zanani.
Okay. So you think Zanani was jealous of Duran?
I do.
Were any of your other daughters jealous of Duran?
No.
Or just Zanani was?
Correct.
Okay. So you think it's because of that jealousy that there was clashes between the two of them?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Did they ever get into any arguments before?
Say it again.
Has your daughter and Duran ever gotten into arguments before?
No,
No?
but they have gotten to disagreements like, if, one time it was over a phone that, he told her that, she should try to get an Android, and she cursed him out about the Android phone. And she didn't tell him about an Android because it's an iPhone. Like, she is an argumentative person by nature.
Okay, by nature. So has she always been argumentative with you even before you had met Duran?
Absolutely.
Okay. Those instances that you had just described as far as Zanani's character, were those all before this incident had taken place, or have there been others since this incident we're here to talk about has taken place?
So I want to make sure I understand your question, but
let me rephrase it. I apologize, because I think it is confusing and I'm not trying to confuse you. I'm sorry. Those instances of hostility that you had described to the jury between your daughter Zanani and Duran, did those occur before this incident that we're here to talk about today?
Yeah,
Okay. Have there been other examples of hostility between your daughter and Duran since this incident we're talking about has taken place?
so I want to be clear in what I'm saying when I say this is that typically when there is hostility, it is typically from her, right? He typically will excuse himself from a situation or he'll walk away. When it comes to gatherings, when it
Right.
comes to, Thanksgiving, Christmas, any holidays, he typically will isolate himself because of the behavior that she exhibits, because she is typically one who will start things with everyone, not Duran just himself, but with her sisters, so everybody's kind of walking on eggshells.
Okay, I
Right.
understand. And Ms. Evans, I know you testified about that earlier, but I'm just asking, have there been other acts of hostility between the two of them since this incident we're trying to talk about take place?
No,
Thank you.
Really.
All right, that'll be overruled.
You may answer the question.
no.
Thank you, Ms. Evans. I appreciate it. How would you describe your relationship with Sanani? Actually, I'm sorry. Let me strike that. You testified that before you met Duran, you, Zanani, and the rest of your daughters had a very tight relationship, correct?
Correct.
And once you met Duran, Zanani felt it as a threat. So how would you describe your relationship with Zanani at that point?
I would say that it's kind of hard to explain, but I think that our relationship was okay, but the way that I would describe it is that she needs a lot of support.
Mhm.
And so I have to tell it in a story, like, right? So
Well,
that's the only way I can give you background, but
I understand,
Yes.
and I appreciate that. I'm trying to just be a little bit concise if we can.
mhm.
Are there adjectives that come to your mind to describe your relationship with Zanani once Duran came into the picture?
I can't answer that. I don't, because it's not a consistent thing. If I say difficult, it's not difficult all the time. If I say
Well,
great, it's not great all the time.
that's fair. So you sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good, correct?
Correct,
It'd be okay sometimes maybe, and sometimes it wouldn't be okay, right?
correct.
Okay. And that's since Duran had come into the picture.
That's before Duran came into the picture.
Okay, so even though you had a tight relationship with Zanani before Duran, there were always these issues present, is what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay, I understand that. As we sit here today, though, how would you characterize your relationship with your daughter Zanani?
We have pretty much gone no contact because her personality is too drastic and inconsistent, and I don't know how to trust what I'm going to get from her, and it's proven to be dangerous.
Okay.
I can't trust her personality, so we have not been in contact, no.
At what point did you lose contact with Zanani?
After the night that all this occurred, I have not talked to her or seen her since.
Okay. Does that hurt you?
It does.
Do you want to have contact with Zanani?
I would love to have contact with Zanani, but only if she gets the help that I feel like she needs. And I feel like as a mother, she needs mental health care.
Okay. And you do want to have a relationship with her?
I do.
Because you love your daughter,
I
correct?
do.
Thank you. Okay, going back to why we're here today, let's pick up where we left off as far as you saw Duran and Zanani coming out of the movie theater.
Correct.
How would you describe the character of what you witnessed from the two of them at that time?
Like I said, Zanani was, she was fussing, she was cursing, she was a little bit, upset. And Duran was just walking. He was walking and the only reason that I asked what was wrong is because from the demeanor of Zanani and her anger.
Okay, so because of Zanani's behavior, something led you to believe that there was something wrong. All right. And so they get into the car, right?
Correct.
And that's when you asked what you just said, what's wrong, right?
Correct.
Was that correction, excuse me, was that question directed at Zanani? Was it directed at Duran?
It was in general, because there wasn't a problem between Zanani and Duran. It was a problem that she was fussing when she came out. So I said, what's wrong? But it wasn't that they were at each other. It was just that she was fussing and I said, what's wrong?
Okay. So you said that, and then it appeared to you that, as you testified earlier, Zanani didn't want to answer that question, correct?
Well, I didn't testify to it because I don't think that came up, but she was cursing and I said what's wrong. They got in the car. But she was telling, well, I can't.
Well, let me ask you that. Let me ask it this way, because yeah, we can't say, did she directly answer your question or did she avoid that question?
She answered it in a different kind of way.
Okay. Did Duran answer that question or did he avoid answering that question?
He tried to, but then she yelled at him.
Okay. So then this is going on, right? There's hostility in the car with Zanani and Duran, correct?
Correct.
All right. And at that point is when you guys are trying to leave again to go back home, right?
Correct.
And if you testified or not, I apologize. I just didn't hear. Did you guys make it out of the parking lot at that point?
No,
Okay. So you never made it back home. You never left the parking lot this second time around. Okay. And then you testified that everybody sat in the same places they were, correct?
correct.
All right. And you testified that this was at night, correct?
Correct.
There's just all been asked and answered.
Sustained.
All right. Well, I guess what I was getting at is you mentioned that you had your visor down. Why would you have your visor down at nighttime?
Because there's a mirror on it with a light.
And were you trying to keep an eye on anybody because of that?
No, it was just, we had already been parked on the side. And I had pulled the visor down, looking at myself. I mean.
All right, so you wanted us to check it, so you never put it back up, I guess is what you're saying. Okay, I understand. I was just confused about that issue. I apologize. All right. So Duran, while he's driving, reaches back and points at Zanani.
Correct.
Does he turn himself around though, or is he still like driving and then he puts his arm behind him?
Right, so the car was rolling, so as we pull off of the curb, we're going through the, the road, so there's cars parked on either side. And the car is rolling. He has, again, his hand on the steering wheel, he points. So he does a little bit like this and he says what he says.
Let me stop right there. I apologize. Does he say that while the car is still in motion though, or is the car completely stopped at that point?
The car is, it rolled for just a little bit and then he put his foot on the brake.
If you recall, was the point before or after that came about?
If
you recall. If you don't recall, that's fine. But if you recall, do you remember, did he do this before he put his foot on the brake or afterwards?
I don't know. I think it was just probably all in one kind of motion.
Okay, all right. and you heard him say something. I'm not asking you what he said, but how would you describe the tone of his voice at that particular point in time?
He was upset.
He was upset. All right. He said something in an upset way towards Zanani.
Right.
What did Zanani do that you recall at that point after Duran had said what he said to her in an in an upset way?
She slapped his hand.
Slapped his hand. Did you hear her say anything?
Yes.
Okay. So would it surprise you that Zanani testified that at that point, Duran had turned around, reached back with both hands and put those hands around her neck?
Would it surprise you?
Would it surprise you? Yes. Okay. Would it surprise you that your mother testified about the exact same thing?
Yes.
Okay. At any point in time, while Duran's got his finger like this, are you looking straight, or did you look back as well to see what this is all about?
So I can see him, I can see Duran and I can see him in the visor,
Okay.
but the hand is not like, cause he's still got this hand here and
Right.
he's doing like this. So his body is trying to turn and he's saying, hey, stop that. Mostly because, I think more so because the language was so disrespectful. Till he just got to where he was just like, hey, stop. And then I said, hey, stop, y'all are arguing, whatever. And he puts the car in park and gets out.
And gets up. Did you ever turn around though and see what's going on back here? Or did you only like look at Duran?
I mean, I was like, hey, but I can see his hand, if that's what you're asking me. Like, I can see his hand and the point.
The point. So you can see it. So that leads you to be able to see to the back seat.
Right, because his hand never extended completely into the back seat. So if you're holding here and you're, because the car is, you're operating a car, right?
Yes.
So you're being conscious of what's on either side of you. So it's like, hey, right? So his hand never, like, it's not like he's doing like this or he's just literally, like, I mean, literally, yeah.
I understand. I think what you're trying to get at. Let me see. So it's not a full extension, probably like a semi-extension of his arm then, correct?
Correct.
Thank you. All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take our lunch break at this time. Remember my previous instructions. You're not allowed to view anything or start deliberating. You've heard some evidence in this case. Do not even think about this case outside the courtroom until I give you leave to do so. So I'm going to have you all back in your seats. The deputy will bring you from the jury room at 2. So that should give you all a chance to walk if you need to walk for lunch, and also have a chance to eat leisurely. And hopefully by that time, the waters will be on. Okay, the water is back.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
You don't know how much you appreciate water till